Get ready, maniacs. We're starting the next edition of Lawnmower Racing. This isn't some game, lawn boy. These are the real machines, cutting-edge stuff, even in the rain. And who doesn't really hustle when you're mowing in the rain? Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to week number 2 of the Stay-Bill Keeps Gas Fresh Finals from Richland County Fairgrounds in Mansfield, Ohio. But first, let's check in with Jack Corpella.
I would like to introduce to you the man, the president of the U.S. Lawnmower Racing Association. They call him Mr. Mow-It-All, Bruce Kaufman. Great to have you here.
Jack, a pleasure to be here. Beck, Stay-Bill Keeps Gas Fresh Finals, Challenge of Champions in Mansfield, Ohio. It's going to be a screamer.
Bruce, I totally agree. Now, as we know, there's 6 classes out here. We're going to focus on 3 of them today: SP, IMOW, and FX. Give me the 411.
SP, single-cylinder prepared engines, a lot of modifications to the drivetrain, the pulleys, speeds about 30-35 miles an hour. IMOW, therefore I am, highly regulated legislated class, 9-to-1 gear ratio, 3650 RPM. They just throw them in gear and off they mow. They're going to hang their butts over the sides of the tractors and just rock out, man. And of course, the factory experimental class, FX, 465 engine, 28 cubic inches, a lot of tinkering, a lot of gear modifications, and it's going to be a worm burner, baby.
Oh, yeah, man, he's getting me excited already. Now, let's talk a little bit about this points battle that's heating up. 16 races throughout the season. We are nearing the end of the season. We've got some tight battles going on. Explain that process to me.
Well, the Stay-Bill Keeps Gas Fresh Finals, the culminating event on the 16-event Stay-Bill National Lawnmower Racing Series. It all comes down to the wire right here in Mansfield. These races are neck and neck, tied up, coming into today's event. So it is everything on the line today. The more the merrier.
All right, Mr. Mow-It-All, thanks a lot. We'll let you get up to the booth. We've got racing coming up here in just a few seconds, folks. Stick around. It's going to be exciting.
All right, we'll get started with the S Prepared, or SP class, falling down in the mud right there with the famous Lamaze start.
We call that when the rubber meets the Kentucky bluegrass, Ted. Troy Larson in that mole hole shot right out of the box.
Well, our editor said a while ago when he fell down, I fought the lawn and the lawn won.
I fought the lawn and the lawn won.
Keith Hiller, one of the top competitors in this class right now, but taking the lead, as you said, John Vinca up. We got a caution flag on lap number 2.
Boy, this is going to be a great race. We've got Scott Deem, who's tied up with Troy Larson with 2,400 points coming into this race.
Very close on the points. Let's find out more about this class with Jack Corpella.
All right, let's focus in on the SP category reserved for these mean machines with the panheads and the 4-inch ground clearance. I'm here with Levon, one of the toughest competitors in the category. You've won a championship at your local chapter. Tell me what makes this class so unique.
Oh, it's got a billet aluminum flywheel, push rod in it as well. Twin board and stroke. I mean, there's a lot more horsepower here than just 12.
Now the heads, I've heard some guys call them panheads, flatheads. What's the deal with that?
This is a flathead engine. It doesn't have the overhead valve sticking out the front. You'll see a big box that hangs out the front of an overhead valve engine. This is a flathead engine. The head is completely flat, except for the spark plug sticking out the end.
All right, now we've been asking all the drivers today that Mother Nature has been wreaking havoc. What are you going to have to do to overcome these adverse track conditions?
Well, a lot of guys will lower the tire pressure, try and get a little more traction. Just got to be safe and be careful out there. The track has been watered down quite a bit, as you see from the weather, so it levels the playing field for a lot of fast guys who are going to run a little slower, and a lot of slower guys will run with them.
It is raining out there. Now the rain has stopped right now. We're ready to restart lap number 4.
That's Vinca and Larson, top 5 runners coming into the race today. John Vinca out of Ohio and Troy Larson out of Wisconsin.
With the lead right there, as you saw, John Vinca, number 222, and we have another caution flag on lap number 5 already.
Now Troy Larson tied up with Scott Deem coming into this race. That's Hollinger, 25 out of Wisconsin, mowing some daisies. Watch it. This is going to be a very, very hotly contested race, Ted.
Well, you can tell already, just the 5th lap, and we've already had a couple of caution flags, so let's get ready to restart lap number 6, and here they come.
Vinca and Larson, 1 and 2. Keith Hiller, very strong, so watch the top 3 runners right now. Oh, taking a hay bath, bagging the clippings. That was Vinca.
Well, with the lead change, now moving into the lead is number 2, Troy Larson.
Larson told us earlier before the race, Ted, all he has to do is come in within the top 3 and the National Points Championship is his. But it's no walk in the park because he has to hold back a little bit. No mistakes. Larson has to run clean, hit his marks, just finish within the top 3.
Well, he's being given a very serious challenge right there by Keith Hiller and Richard Webb.
That's right. Watch Hiller. He's going to make his move. Any mistake Larson makes, Hiller's going to go. Oh, boy, watch it. He's trying to make his move right now, Ted, but Larson just holds on.
Moving clear to the outside right there.
Larson very, very smooth. He was voted Driver of the Year this year. Troy Larson out of Wisconsin wants that SP Points Championship so bad. He races across the country with his dad. Back under yellow.
Yeah, we are. Lap number 8. Boy, I'll tell you, a lot of yellow flags going out here. We have another mower stalled on the course. They'll get him out of the way. There he is right there.
Art Neville mowing the daisies.
We'll take a break. More when we return. Stay tuned. This edition of Motor Mania being brought to you by O'Reilly Auto Parts, home of the professional parts people, and by Stabil Fuel Stabilizer, keep stored fuel fresh, and by Hallmark, built strong for the way you work and play.
What I'm standing behind right now is the world's fastest lawnmower. Earlier this season, this thing clocked a lap of 81 miles an hour at the flats, and we're here with 8-time series champion Bobby Cleveland. Bobby, please tell me what it feels like to go 81 miles an hour on a lawnmower.
Well, I can tell you what, it's just not like riding anything else. You're sitting up a little bit higher than a go-kart, you have no suspension, and you just, in the back of your mind, you're thinking, I'm on a lawnmower going this fast. You know, imagine going down the expressway at 75 and me passing you on my lawnmower. So it actually drove real good, and I would like to go a little bit faster.
Now, something that we should note, though, for the people at home, not all the lawnmowers are this heavily modified, and it's actually pretty easy to get into the sport.
You can take your stock lawnmower and come out here, put a helmet on, and come race with us. So, you know, I might have $2,000 to $3,000 in this mower, which is at the top end of building most any mower. But, you know, if you wanted to get in one of the faster class, you know, $500 to $1,000 is very easy, and you could be competing with the top runners.
All right, well, thanks a lot, Bobby. We certainly appreciate it. And folks, if it looks fun, try it. You might be surprised at just how inexpensive it really is.
All right, thank you very much, Jack and Bobby, as we rejoin the SP category, restarting lap number 10. That's the halfway point of this 20-lap main event.
SP class, such a popular race, and Troy Larson, one of the top runners, and Keith Hiller right on his tail. As we said, it's Larson's race. If he can hold on, finish in the top 3, the points championship is his.
4 of them right there in a row, waiting on one guy to make a mistake or spin out or slide out. Oh, side by side, look at this.
Blade to blade, Briggs meets Stratton right there. Hiller launches into the lead, Ted. A slingshot from the lawn.
So Troy Larson begins to fall back a little bit. Richard Webb right on his tail right now.
Blade to blade, and Hiller just launched. He's doing some air raid, and he's mowing them down, Ted, one by one. Keith Hiller launches into the lead.
Now they'll start passing some of the other mowers as they begin to lap them right there. It looked like Keith Hiller has a little bit more power as he begins to put a little distance between he and Troy Larson.
As we like to say, Ted, he's bagging those clippings.
And he begins lapping the field by running on the outside.
We call that edging, Ted. We got all the lingo right here.
Oh, John Deere.
Oh, John Deere. Boy, oh boy, what a great race unfolding here, Ted. Keith Hiller, Troy Larson, Vinca, Webb, Beck, Pierce, Smith, man, oh man.
And finally, number 22, Freddie Burt right there brings up the rear 10.
Freddie Burt out of Michigan, a very active local chapter, one of 20 local chapters we race all season long on a stable circuit. About 110 races across the country in our local chapter system. Oh, Freddie Burt points in, so Larson go around him, a fine gentleman.
Yes, indeed. Sportsmanship being shown right here by these guys. You know, when these mowers slide around the corner right there like they're doing right there.
We call that air raiding the lawn, Ted. They're doing some air raiding. You know, sportsmanship is so key because we don't race for money. Just trophies, glory, and bragging rights. Keeps it safe, keeps it affordable, and keeps it fun.
Now, these SP mowers aren't quite as fast as the ones we saw last week here on Motor Mania, the AP and BP.
Well, the BP have those overhead V-twin engines which make them go faster, 20 horsepower. SP a few less modifications, but look at Keith Hiller. He's flying right now.
No kidding. Look at the mud packed on the front of that mower that he's been picking up from lapping all those other mowers.
He's in a groove. The track's coming in pretty nice. It looks muddy out there, but that track is coming in real nice as Hiller is showing us right there, Ted.
Pulls away from the pack on the final lap. He'll go for the checkered flag.
15.289 seconds on his last lap.
And Keith Hiller picks up the win. Troy Larson second, Richard Webb, and well, here's the top 19 finishers in our SP category. Now let's check in with Jack Corpella, who is with our winner.
Man, the field was just incredibly tough. Did you expect the leader to spin out on that one restart?
Not at all. I'm surprised I got past all of them.
What was the key to victory here?
Just go fast.
Here comes the IMOW Class of Le Mans start, and IMOW because...
Therefore I am, Ted. Very philosophical. You'll see those mowers, racers just hang their butts off the side of the tractor, throw them in gear, and off they mow.
Now, IMOW stands for something specific there, Mr. Mow-It-All.
International Mower of Weeds. Just like NASCAR has its IROC, we have the International Mower of Weeds. IMOW.
Taking the lead is a guy you met earlier in the show, the very famous Bobby Cleveland in the IMOW category.
Bobby Cleveland racing out of Georgia for his teammate Wayne Lahorn, who's back home recovering, and Bobby running that Agura clutch machine to bring it home for Wayne if he can beat guys like Craig Pond out of Michigan, the president of the Michigan Lawnmower Racing Association, number 88.
Side by side, Bobby Cleveland cuts down in front to become the solid leader right there over Pond.
Well, you know, the neat thing about these IMOW machines is they're all set up exactly the same. 3650 RPM, 9-to-1 gear ratio. Our chief tech, Jim Witt, actually puts a tachometer on the machine at the end of the race to make sure they're all within compliance. And if they're not, they go.
There you begin to see them battling back. Oh, somebody's spinning out.
Doing a little air rating on the inside.
Yes, he did indeed. A complete 360, and he's right back in the race one more time.
Glenn Essex out of Illinois. The Craig Pond, the 88 machine, is your points leader coming into this race with Bobby Cleveland and Art Neville right behind him. And again, it's all right here for the finals. Everything on the line, Ted.
Indeed they are. Oh, Glenn Essex spins out one more time in the same place. We'll take a break. More racing when we return to Mansfield. You're watching the O'Reilly Auto Parts Motor Mania this week, covering the Stable Keeps Gas Fresh finals. We're in the middle of the IMOW class right now, restarting lap number 14.
Boy, oh boy, Bobby Cleveland, Craig Pond, Art Neville, Jeff Cox are all in the hunt. Chris Van Mastrich. It's a good group of IMOW racers. I mow, therefore I am.
We'll take a look right now. There's Bobby Cleveland in front, but look at the battle for second place coming up right there. That's between Craig Pond and Billy Hamilton.
You know, it's all driver ability. Billy Hamilton racing around the country with his grandfather out of Florida, the Florida Rookie of the Year. Hamilton, a fine young man, a superstar on the rise in the IMOW class.
There's a good close shot of Hamilton and Pond going at it. Looks like the John Deere of Hamilton takes the lead over Pond. And notice how they lean out to the inside right there, slinging
right
off
there.
the seat.
They're leaning over the side of the seats, Ted, to get every edge they can. This is a driver's class. All the machines set up pretty much exactly the same, so every little edge they can get.
All right, let's take a break from the action as they continue to race and check in with Jack Corpella for more on this category.
All right, let's talk about a class with some restrictions, a class that's very governed. Take a look at the IMOW lawnmower. You can see this one's awfully sloppy and messy. It's already been out on the track. We're here with Dave Lewis, former 2002 national champion. Dave, give me the 411 on the IMOW category.
IMOW class, very regulated. We only run 3650 RPMs, unlocked rear end, so the wheels spin either way. We're restricted on what height we can use. You only do about 12 inches. And open throttle, the engine has to be stock. That's about all the restrictions you need on these right now.
And we'll continue on back with the action right now. Bobby Cleveland still in the lead.
Cleveland and Pond, along with Neville, within 50 points of each other coming into this race. Watch them as they power around the IMOW class. With one lap to go, they're turning lap speeds of 19.613 seconds.
Problems right there for Pond as he pulls off to the side. He'll be stalled out. Bobby Cleveland on the white flag final lap will go for the checkered
Oh,
flag.
Bobby would be happy if he can hold on here, Ted. Bobby racing for Wayne LaHorn back home, and he does it!
Wow.
And he's the national points champion to boot.
What a good close finish. Bobby Cleveland followed by Billy Hamilton, Art Neville, and Charles Bowen. Now with our winner is once again Jack Corpella.
You know, that was an incredible job you did, and we'll be looking forward to seeing you on the track here again. You know what? I think you put on an incredible show for the fans.
Well, I'm just as excited as any race I've ever won. I want to dedicate this to Wayne. This is more. Wayne Longhorn, back home, buddy. It's for you.
Bobby Cleveland very emotional with that win. That's surprising as many times as he's won. Now the Le Mans start as we get into the really fast ones. This is the FX category.
Factory experimental, Ted. A Tinkerer's Dream. Chuck Miller, the Boogie Woogie Man, on a 1987 XM80 Case Ingersoll 13-horse Honda engine, and he is the man to watch.
Well, I've never heard of a Case Ingersoll. These mowers are all very short, very chopped, and low to the ground, low center of gravity.
That's right, especially this one. Chuck built this machine many years ago. This machine has won this FX championship 5 years in a row. The Boogie Woogie Man. And hot on his tail, Kevin Penny. That's Greg Honchel, 52. Mike Miller, Tom Ast. What a field of racers. It's going to be a great one.
All of them battling for third place. Now the leader begins to lap the field.
Chuck Miller bagging the clippings, Ted. Just passing a lot of mowers, just bagging those clippings.
Yes, sir. Passing on the outside right there.
Yeah, he's taking the long way around. We got a million of them, Ted. Boy, is he hooked in or what? Up. Oh, he's raising his arm. That means yellow.
Caution comes out on lap number 4. Here's Jack.
All right, of the 6 categories out here, one of the most popular is the FX category, mainly because it's the fastest class. The engines are not as big, but they're quicker. Dennis Beck here with us. He is an FX competitor. Dennis, tell us a little bit about this category.
It is, like you said, one of the fastest classes. We can run go-kart tires, highly modified engines, putting out 40 to 50 horsepower out of what comes stock as a 13 horsepower Honda. 4-wheel disc brakes on these machines, low to the ground. They are super fast and a lot of fun to drive.
This edition of Motor Mania being brought to you by O'Reilly Auto Parts, home of the professional parts people. And by Stabil Fuel Stabilizer, keeps stored fuel fresh. And by Hallmark, built strong for the way you work and play. We're ready to restart on lap number 6 in the middle of the FX class on O'Reilly Auto Parts Motor Mania. The United States Lawnmower Racing Association sanctioned Stable keeps gas fresh finals, and already 2 more spin out over there.
Oh, that's 53 Paul Sterner out of Pennsylvania taking a roll in the hay.
So lap number 7, we had a caution. Take a look at what happened one more time.
Oh, a hay bath, Ted, right there, but he's okay.
Actually, very few injuries ever occur as we restart lap number 9 with the Lawnmower Racing,
That's right, Ted. We're in our 16th season. Very few injuries. A great insurance program. All the racers are covered. Safety first. And we've always had a great rule book, which is the key to any good motorsport.
If you're interested in more information, we'll put up a website at the end of the show in case you want to go lawnmower racing. Meanwhile, take a look at the leaders still lapping the field in this very fast FX category.
That's right, Chuck Miller. But watch Kevin Penny, 104 out of Illinois, who's been racing with the Boogie Man for 15 years.
Take a look at how wide they're going on those turns. Now, these guys don't lead off of the mower as much as we saw in that SP category.
That's right, Ted. They're low to the ground. They're dialed in, very smooth. The machines handle real well. FX is just its unique category. It's a pleasure to watch and so much fun to drive. That's Chris Macri, 555, chasing down Mikey Miller, the Hedgehog.
That's the battle for third going on right here because we have a runaway for first place right now. Incidentally, any of you watching, I thought I would tell my wife that trick the next time she's mowing the grass about leaning off one side of the lawnmower. She might appreciate that. She might get the grass mowed quicker.
That's right. Unfortunately, no blade. That's Brian Labby, the president of the Maine Lawnmower Racing Association. Him and Kenny Rogerson running up in Maine. There's Dennis Beck mowing some daisies, and watch the Boogie Woogie Man. Chuck Miller working on Honchel now. Up in the air. That means yellow.
On lap number 14, we have another caution flag coming out, so they'll all line up and we'll get another restart. Here it comes right now, the Boogie Woogie Man in front. He'll pull away one more time as we restart lap 17. Only 3 laps remaining.
Ted, 13.248, a new track record today. 13.248 seconds for Chuck Miller on that last lap before the yellow.
3 laps remaining now. If Chuck Miller can stay ahead, and he should have no problem. He's led the race from the very beginning. There, a good shot of Chuck Miller working on that FX lawnmower.
You know, he built that mower, then he sold it, and he missed it so much he bought it back. He put a new chassis on, and that Boogie Woogie machine is the one to watch right now. An 8-time national champion with 1 lap to mow.
Here comes Chuck Miller going for the checkered flag, still lapping some of the other competitors as he takes the win. Chuck Miller, a very easy first place. In a distant second was Kevin Penny, followed by Mike Miller, Tom Aston. Well, you can see them all the way through 16. Now, here's a piece of irony, folks. Get this. Chuck Miller's mower broke as he started to do the victory lap. Boy, how lucky can one guy get? He'll be passed on with some congratulations there from his fellow competitors. Let's check in with Jack Corpella.
You were really hanging off this thing and sliding. How do you put that body English on there? Tell me what that feels like.
Well, it's, you know, you'd almost have to experience to explain it. You know, a race car guy would know that, but you're just kind of floating sideways, and it's just a feeling you have by the seat of your pants. And actually, I was resting my arms going around there. It was just like I was driving down the road 55 miles an hour.
It was an awesome show you put on, and finally at the very end looked like a chain came off the mower. Is that, you know, a little bit of luck that happened when, you know, not 1 lap too soon?
Well, I was taking I knew I took the checkered flag, and I just couldn't stop, man. It was hooked up so good. I just laid into it, and the chain come off. So if something's going to happen, that's the best time for it to happen, after it's all over with.
Absolutely. You picked the right time. Folks, the Boogie Woogie Man, your champion.
All right, thank you very much, Jack. This is Ted Jones for Bruce Kaufman and Jack Corpella. Thanks for watching. Join us next week for more O'Reilly Auto Parts Motor Mania. Until then, we leave you with more fun in the mud. Mow on, baby, mow on. If you would like information on the United States Lawnmower Racing Association, check out this website. To obtain a copy of this program, log on to masterstv.com.